Houseboat Beach.
Hey everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. We're houseboat camping.
Yay! This is I think the earliest we've ever been houseboat camping in the year.
Yep.
And we just got our boat cleaned at the marina.
Yep.
So if you've watched the past couple of videos from us, our houseboat has been very dirty.
Very dirty, little raccoon prints everywhere. It's been pretty dirty.
It looks squeaky clean now, and we're definitely very excited to get back out and do houseboat camping. It's been a while since we've created videos. Consistently, but that's because we've been busy getting Claire settled in at preschool. We also went to Tahiti.
Awesome Tahiti trip. If you missed that, check it out. Links down below. That was a really fun trip with some great friends to cap off an awesome summer.
Yeah, that was super fun. And I also ran my first 50K. And the reason I'm talking about this is not to talk about me, but to talk about my awesome and your awesome houseboat neighbor, Kelly, who we got to see at the race, who also has been getting into trail running.
Yeah.
And it's just been so cool to see that, like, our houseboat life and our, I guess, endurance running life is starting to collide. And that was probably one of the coolest experiences, getting to see Kelly at the race. And she had her best race ever.
Yeah,
She's
got
kicking butt, taking all the names.
First place in her age group. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, really, really cool.
You got first place too.
Yeah. It was a bloody battle, but yeah. Yeah, it's just been a nice way to get to spend the off season, I guess, so to speak. And now we've been ready to get back to it.
Yeah, and so coming up here, we're excited to be houseboat camping. We're completely off grid, if you can't tell right now. We're going to test out the Starlink from our last video and really see how it works away from the dock. And last summer, I installed some lithium ion batteries, upgraded our inverter. So if you missed those are also going to be a little tile right here and a link down below. So we're excited to continue to test out the inverter. And I want to also see how the inverter goes with the Starlink. So we're adding some more load to it. So it'll be a great thing to test out and get ready for some long weeks up here in the summertime.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Trey for installing that inverter on his own, by the way.
There was one tool that saved it, and that was the tiny little needle nose pliers that your dad let me borrow to get the battery cables in there. I would still be working down there if I didn't have those needle nose pliers. So that tool clearly, yeah, it saved.
In a lightning storm too, no less, right?
In a lightning storm, I practiced several times because I don't like messing with electricity. So wanted to do it once, and knock on wood, everything's worked out great so far.
Yeah. So we'll get to not only test the Starlink, but then also the inverter now that it's in the cooler months. And we tested it over July, and it went great. So we're going to talk about that, towards the end of this episode after we see how it goes this weekend. So more to come on that. But first, we also wanted to give an update about other things that we've been doing for Deep Houseboat Life, not just creating videos. So we have been busy over the last several months. We just haven't been posting as much on YouTube. But we do have a newly launched website for Deep Houseboat Life, so we're excited about that. It's probably going to change the URL, but right now it's deep-houseboat-life.com. Link below. And what you can find there is we're going to put a lot of just our story, but also blogs where we can write and tell things about our life and what it's like to live houseboat life. That might not be as visually pleasing to talk about, but it's something that we want to write about instead.
Yeah.
And we also have a newsletter, so you can go on our website and sign up for that there. We're going to be starting to release like tips and tricks and things like that through our website that we might not put on our YouTube channel. So go check it out.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit easier to write a quick blog and post it up there versus always be out here to make videos. So we want to make sure that we're always staying in contact with our audience. So another mechanism there, and we're really, really excited about that.
Absolutely. Another thing that we've started to do more consistently is we have an Instagram handle if you want to follow us at Deep Houseboat Life. And we also have an official Facebook page now for Deep Houseboat Life.
Yep, not our personal ones, but a Deep Houseboat Life one.
Finally for Deep Houseboat Life, not just our personal page. And the reason that we have those, you guys, is because we love to just share more about our personal life through the day-to-day. It takes a lot of effort to create a YouTube video. And so I feel like we miss a lot of the in-between day-to-day life stuff that happens on our houseboat because it takes a while to create these videos. So we've been starting to post more consistently on Instagram and Facebook. So for people who are interested in like what's it really like from the day-to-day perspective, we share a lot there. So come follow us. We'll be posting a lot this summer and spring. We're still learning about what it's
Another
like.
spot to leave a comment and likes.
yeah, chat with us there. We like it. So everyone's welcome.
Yeah.
So check it out.
We're really excited about that. So we've been building a lot this past winter, and we're ready to share it with everybody.
Yes. We've also been getting a lot of questions about, are you going to start a merch shelf? And it's something we have thought about. And we just aren't really sure if we're going to do it because we don't know if people want to buy stuff with our logo on it. We would love to.
Yeah,
I think that'd be super fun. But we don't know what people would buy. So we have ideas. Shirts.
We do. Shirts.
Mugs.
Huggies, koozies.
You say huggies, I say koozies.
Tomato, tomato.
Tomato, tomato. And we also don't know if people are going to buy it outside of like our parents. So like if it's just them, we could just create something for them and it's no big deal, right? But if you're interested in stuff like that, please let us know in the comments. And we have a poll in the community tab, so you can give us feedback on would you actually buy something from Deep Houseboat Life. And we're not talking like somebody else's merchandise. We're talking about like a t-shirt with Deep Houseboat Life on it. So yeah, let us know. Something fun that we've been mulling over. And if it's a no, that's okay.
That's fine. You can always support us if you're not buying anything from the merch shelf by just subscribing to our channel, tapping the like button, and even using the super thanks. And I know the super thanks is a way of just kind of like tipping your bartender. And we have some ideas of what we would like to do with the bartender tip jar money. We're thinking about maybe next year looking at a solar panel array, whether it's fixed or portable or big or small. The jury is still kind of out. So we have a few ideas of things that we could do, add to the boat, share with our experience with y'all. I have seen solar panels on houseboats out west, so I know it's been done.
It's doable.
It's doable.
We looked into it a little.
It may not be a common thing here on Lake Lanier, so hit that tip jar, send it this way, and we'll share the projects with you. And we always are super appreciative of the support that we get, whatever form it comes in. And make sure that you guys stick around this spring, because in a couple weeks there's going to be a big wind gust that comes through.
And a surprise on our channel.
And a surprise on our channel. Yeah, we are headed up to the houseboat capital of the world. And I think you're going to like what we have up our sleeve, because we're wearing long sleeves. It's a little chilly, but we're excited to share it with you. It'll be out in just a few more weeks. So make sure that you like, subscribe, and come back for more content, and let us know what you think of everything you've seen today.
And let's get to this episode.
Thanks
for sticking with us.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you in a minute.
See you in a minute. What are you doing, Trey?
Tightening up the rope. Lines, rope lines.
The wind keeps blowing us off the beach.
A lot windy right here than it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be this windy.
Securing everything again.
It looks a lot better now. The ropes were hanging in the water. I guess this is why they say don't go houseboat camping when it's windy. Leave it to the sailors.
Yeah. It wasn't supposed to be this windy.
Whoopsies.
I think we're good now. And woken up the sweet pea, so let's see what our angel bear's up to.
Yes. Snack time.
Snack time. Alright, let's turn these lights off so they say some good sweet pea. Bump bump. Doing a great job. Right here. Go. Good job. It's dirty. We'll wash them off and get inside. It'll be great.
Dory's living her best life.
Our best life is that maybe I'll just get down here. Those birds are still kind of far. There he is. You can pop your little head up over there in the water.
up here. You show it.
It is a little windier than we thought it would be this afternoon. I'm glad we left the dock when we did. Got some nice shade here, but we're gonna put a Dishy McFlatface over here on the table and plug them in and see if we can get some high-speed internet out here, completely severed from the dock.
You changed the name.
Well, I thought it was Dishy McDishface, but I looked online and this one is actually Dishy McFlatface.
Dishy McFlatface.
Dishy McFlatface. So man, I think there's like 4 different kinds of dishes, and I think they have their own unique name.
Oh.
They should. They should.
Yes, that makes perfect sense.
So some of the plugs over there on the bar are hooked up to the inverter. So I'm going to plug it in there so that when we're on the either generator or inverter, won't matter, we'll still be able to get our internet connection. And I'm also really interested by hooking it up to the inverter to see how much power it draws. I've read that they kind of can be a power hog, but I think it's all relative. So that's another little test that I'm excited to do, see how much power it pulls from the inverter.
Okay. That's going to be really fun to see.
Yeah.
It'll be like a real first test, I feel like, of using the inverter.
And that's because of the shade again. One reason we don't have it on the arch. And let's lay this down here.
That's right. That's why we chose the RV version, right? So we can kind of
move it
flat face around.
Yep. I need to work on my cord management skills. All right, I'm going to come back around over here so I can plug them in. I may need to go downstairs real quick and make sure I have at the breaker, have this one turned on. I don't normally leave it on when we're away. So I just need to go double check on that. And I think once it does, this thing will light up on the bottom. Yep, definitely need to go check the breaker real quick. Be back in 30 seconds. Take it a minute or so to calibrate, but I can look for work emails. And let me go ahead and put this on airplane mode and Wi-Fi. Mars Rover 9, it found it, so we have power.
Cool.
From Mars Rover 9. And let's see here, my Starlink app. Cool. So it's just calibrating because we had it unplugged. Didn't have it powered on or anything. So it's kind of like we just moved spots. And so it's recalibrating and making sure that it's pointed in the right direction. And it's going to give us some statistics, downloading an update. So we'll check back in here in just a few minutes to see how it's going. But we're getting some info. It's always good. And in just, I would say maybe 90 seconds, we are online.
Sweet.
Let me see if I can do a speed test. Look at that, out on an island.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Beautiful. Wow, 36 milliseconds latency, uploads. Very nice. Very nice. That'll definitely be enough to...
Think you can do a Zoom call on that?
I could do a Zoom call. I could do a Teams call while Claire watches Coco Melon on Hulu.
So yeah, we've gotten questions from people, which I think it's been actually a fun conversation to have since we created our last Starlink video about why didn't we not go with like a T-Mobile? And I don't think we really explained in our last video why specifically we wanted to do Starlink. And that was because we want to be able to stay away from the marina for like days at a time, but still be able to work remotely. And we hadn't found an internet provider that would provide such a strong connection away from our marina to allow us to like get on a Zoom call. And I'm talking like not just like limp through the Zoom call. We need it to be 100% connected at all times to not miss a beat. And this is the only thing that we have found so far that would fit that criteria. So if anyone can tell us otherwise, we would love to know if there's a cheaper way to be doing this. Like, we love Starlink, we want to support them, but if there is actually a reliable way to work remotely in an environment like this for days at a time, please let us know. We would love to know.
Yeah, and even I think what I've read is that you might have unlimited data, but after a certain amount, they start to throttle you. So I wouldn't want to be throttled on T-Mobile with the data cap. One thing about Starlink right now is that there is unlimited data, so you wouldn't be throttled if we were out here for a week and consumed over 50 gigabytes or something like that. It's just beautiful. Look at all these ducks or loons and seagulls out there. It's just really pretty out here today. Pretty soon there'll be green leaves on all these trees.
Ooh, I wonder if we could make a campfire tonight. We've never been on this beach when it was this cold. Or supposed to be cold.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Are we allowed to make fires on the islands and beaches?
We should probably Google that and ask our audience. Can we make fires? I've done it before, but it's been...
But are you supposed to?
Are you supposed to? I think we got some buckets. We can keep buckets of water near us.
Yeah.
I mean, people have definitely done it before. We can look right here. And we're not going to be the first ones with that idea. People have made campfires before. But it definitely looks like there has not been one here in quite a few months. That is a lot of fresh stuff on top that hasn't been burned. But there has been a campfire here. Maybe even right here too. There's our boat.
When it's morning and my soul is clear, I look in the mirror and I see that love rolling over. You call me back to bed, I find myself again staring at the edge, slow falling to the Indian Sea, where the cold and the hot meet, and the powers that be. I rise a child again, wake up a wild wind takes me there. I rise a child again, wake up a wild wind takes me there. Slow fall into the Indian Sea, where the cold and the hot meet, and the powers that be. I rise a child again, I wake up a wild wind takes me there.
Good morning. It's a quiet morning because the generator is not on. Making a little bit of coffee to get our Sunday started. Got to go wake up Claire. Very quiet night last night. No generator on. Got a little cool, but we were able to bundle up. It's gonna be a little windy this morning, but it's gonna be a beautiful day at the lake.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
It's beautiful out here.
It is beautiful. Nice and sunny day today.
I woke up at like 4 o'clock this morning listening for the wind because I wasn't sure if it had died down because yesterday it was really windy.
It was. It's changed directions. It's not quite as windy, but it's definitely at least a consistent wind versus like these crazy gusts we had yesterday. It's blown from the other way now. But
I think that's what it was the gusts. It made it push us off the beach.
it did.
We were not expecting that. The original forecast said that it was supposed to be chill, but really when we think about it, we should have known because the day before there was like tornado weather and stuff that had blown through here and it was very windy.
Yeah.
So it's like, duh, of course it's going to be windy.
Of course it's going to be windy.
This is sailing weather. This is not houseboat weather. So luckily we made it out of the marina in time to be able to back out of our slip and not bump anything. Mm-hmm. But then once we got out on the water, it was really windy.
It was.
And we're like, crap. Well, we have to go to the beach now. So luckily, I guess that was already our plan.
It was.
I will say the one thing that was cool about the unexpected windstorm is that we got to test our Starlink in wind conditions.
It worked perfect.
Yeah, it worked perfectly. We were both scrolling on our phones last night, which we usually never do when we're houseboat camping. And we watched a TV show last night, and the only time it buffered was for like half a second, and it was when we were using all of our electronics pretty much.
It worked great. Even probably better than the internet we have at our house.
Yeah, it was impressive. So, all good there. We haven't done a Zoom call yet, but you know.
We might need to if it doesn't get, if this wind doesn't die down. I have to take a call Monday morning, so we might still do that.
Legitimately, we might still be here on Monday working because we might not be able to leave, so we'll see. Hopefully, you can go home tonight. I slept pretty good last night because we didn't have to listen to the noisy generator.
That's right. We all slept great, and one of the great things about this inverter that we have now is that we don't have to run the generator at night, which really puts us at ease with no anxiety because we don't want to worry about carbon monoxide or anything like that. And it's just really, really, really quiet. We have the inverter set up so that we can really, the way we have the inverter set up, you want to sit down, is they have a shunt down here that it should be able to connect to, and it tells us how much power we're consuming. And once it recognizes that there's no power coming from the generator to the inverter, it automatically starts to pull power from the batteries. So we run the coffee pot and a few things this morning. We still have 4 hours and 35 minutes left. The burner from the coffee pot is on and the refrigerator's on, so it's sucking a pretty good bit of power. This morning I woke up, there was 55% left, so it's an incredibly efficient, hey Dory, incredibly efficient inverter with the two 270 amp hour lithium ion batteries from Battleborn. And you want to show everyone the outlets that it powers, Sweet Pea? You want to show everyone the outlets?
Didn't we have like 15 hours left when we went to sleep last night at 11 o'clock?
We did. We had. Okay. With the refrigerator, the inverter powering just the refrigerator, it could have gone for 13 to 15 hours. But the more stuff you put on it, the more power it's going to consume. If you look here, this whole panel is white, is not lit up, but these lights are on the inverter group to show that it is drawing power from the battery bank. Our refrigerator, the rooftop entertainment center is where we have our Starlink, the galley outlet. So if you turn over here, you'll see this wonderful extension cord, and this extension cord goes to the baby monitor and sound machine down in Claire's room because she doesn't have an inverter fed outlet. So that's how we can make sure that she's asleep and she's comfortable and she has the sound machine. Really didn't need it last night because it was so quiet, and we live out in the country now and it was even quieter than that. So
yeah, very quiet.
Having the inverter is hands down a game changer. We haven't run the generator in almost 12 hours since we went to bed last night.
It's probably the best night of sleep I've had houseboat camping ever, honestly. Because then we could run the fan too to keep the air moving, which is really key for me. And I know like during the summertime that made a big difference when we were houseboat camping, because sometimes we'd turn the generator off and it would just get miserably hot because there was no air moving through. So having a fan in the master bedroom moving through.
And I think what we'll do is we'll get a small little fan for Claire's room.
In the guest room.
In the guest room. And it's great. So unfortunately, we're going to have to turn the generator on in a little bit to make eggs for breakfast, which Claire has requested, which we will gladly do. But it's just been so nice not having that generator run. And I'm really excited about this inverter. This is definitely money well spent. And it's really doing it this early in the season. I think this is really going to extend our houseboat camping season well into the fall.
Yeah, so what would we do differently, I guess, now that we've done it in the heat and the cool? The box fans for the guest rooms?
I think some box fans for the guest room, and maybe another research. We talked about, if you want to support the channel, the extreme heaters. They make RV space heaters, very small ones that draw low power, designed to run on an inverter system. I think that could be the only thing that we would do different, is how can we keep it potentially a little bit warmer or a little bit cooler. But for the most part, we were incredibly comfortable.
Very comfortable.
Very comfortable last night.
It was awesome.
So we're excited. There's always going to be little things we'll think of, but so far, man, this is awesome.
While Trey's cooking, I'm going to go upstairs and check on our Starlink to make sure it hasn't fallen off the table. I don't think it has, but it was pretty windy yesterday afternoon. Yeah. I think it looks all right. It's still on the table. See how windy it is? We did not end up doing a campfire last night, by the way. Not only was it too windy for it to be safe to start a fire on this little island and us not be able to get away if it caught on fire with our houseboat because it's so windy. You're also not really supposed to. We looked it up just to be sure. So even though that spot looks pretty dreamy for a campfire, I don't think we're ever going to probably do one there. Let's check out the Starlink. Here it is. Yep. Still on the table, right where we left it. Good times. I don't think it's even moved. It doesn't do that, does it? Also, if you're ever wondering why I don't put my face on the camera that often, and it's usually Trey, it's usually because I don't have makeup on and my hair looks like a rat's nest because I don't have time to do all that first mom problems, you know. So this is what we're working with this morning. Let's go downstairs.
Himself a little house.
What'd you guys find?
Found some evidence of Beaver going to the dentist. Sharpening his teeth.
Claire, who was chewing on that? Who was chewing on that? A beaver? Beaver? Like Justin Bieber?
Justin Bieber?
A beaver? Looks like there's a beaver chewing all kinds of stuff around here.
Whole family of them. Look at those baby pine cones. You're welcome. There's some baby pine cones.
Baby pine cones. It's like a bouquet.
A bouquet baby pine cones.
Bye, beach. Time to go home.
Bye, beach.
We made it out on Sunday. I didn't have to stay till Monday. What are we talking about? Have to. It would have been fun if we did.
Go.
This girl's got to go to school.
Go to school.
Back to school.